Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you guys how to crochet a beautiful scarf here. I also have free written pattern. It's available on my blog, and if you prefer PDF printable version, it's available for purchase on my Etsy shop and my Ravelry store. And I will put all the link in description below. And I hope you enjoy! For this project, I used two colors of line brand. So this is gonna be my color A. So this is line brand jean yarn, the color line, and it is 3.5 ounces, 100 gram, 246 yards, and 225 meter per each skein. And it is weight 4 medium. And here is the color. Okay, so this is gonna be my color A, and I bought 3 skeins for color A, and this is the third skein. That's what I have left. I used almost half of the third skein, so I used about 2.5 skeins for color A, and this is gonna be my color B, and also brand jean yarn, and same 3.5 ounces, 100 gram, 246 yards, and 225 meter per each skein, and same weight yarn, 4 medium. And here is the color, and I just bought 1 skein, and this is what I have left for 1 skein for color B. And crochet hook, size 4 millimeters, scissors, and yarn needle. And I also gonna put all the link and all the details that you will need for this project in description below. Please go check that out. Okay, before we start, I just want to show you guys my finished project first. So this pattern is really beautiful, really fun to make. So this part is called Bead Stitch. It's very easy to make, but a little bit difficult to pull the yarn out. It take some practice, but when you get used to it, it'll be okay. Okay, don't worry, I will go slowly and show you everything. It's very beautiful, and I love these two colors together. And you also can use just one color if you prefer. And this pattern is 6 row repeat. Okay, you can make as wide or as long as you want. So the chain when we start gonna be the length for your scarf, and the rows that we add gonna be the wider of the scarf. And then at the end I add the tassel. This is optional. If you don't want to add the tassel, it's totally up to you. And then I change the color as well. So I use my tassel, the color B to the color B, and the color A to the color A. And you also can use just one color, or yeah, whatever you prefer and whatever makes you happy. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, I will start with my color A first, and then I gonna make slip knot, and I will chain 253 chains. So this pattern is multiple of 2 plus 3. If you don't know what is multiple of 2 plus 3, so you're gonna make 2 chain and then add 2 chain, add 2 chain, add 2 chain. It's like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 till you have your desired length, and at the end you will add 3 more chains. This is multiple of 2 plus 3. You can make longer or shorter than mine, but just make sure that you make multiple of 2 plus 3. And when you make the chain, make sure you don't make the chain too tight. And then I will meet you guys back in when I have 253 chains. Now I have 253 chains. That's what it looks like, pretty long. And now, row 1. We're gonna skip 3 chains. So this is the first chain. So this one, okay? 1, 2, 3. And then make 1 double crochet into the 4th chain. Skip 3. And I always like to crochet into the little bump on the back of the chain stitch. You always can go to the normal chain stitch as well, whatever you prefer. So I'm gonna yarn over, insert my hook into the 4th chain. I go into the little bump here on the back. Yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So the first 3 chain that we skip is count as 1 double crochet. So now we have 2 double crochet. Okay, and then we're just gonna make 1 double crochet into each chain stitch across. So I'm gonna yarn over, insert the hook into the next chain stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, and repeat that into next stitch. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, and I repeat that. Just repeat that into each stitch. Oops. Okay, that's what it looks like so far. And then the reason I go into the little bump on the back of the chain stitch, it'll give me really nice edge here. That's why I go into the little bump. Like I said, whatever you prefer. Okay, keep making 1 double crochet into each chain stitch across, and I will meet you guys back in when you reach the end of row 1. I'm at the end of row 1 and I have 251 stitches. So you want to have an odd number. Okay, so now row 2, I'm gonna chain 3, and the chain 3 count as 1 double crochet, and then I turn, or you can turn first and chain, doesn't matter. And then we're gonna make 1 double crochet into each stitch across. So we're gonna crochet into this stitch, okay, not the very first stitch. So the very first stitch is belong to the 3 chain that when we start, and we count that 3 chain as 1 double crochet, right? So next stitch gonna be this one. Okay, so I yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch here, pull up a loop and make a double crochet. And now we have 2 double crochet, includes the 3 chain. Alright, gonna yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch and make a double crochet. Now we have 3, and then yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch and make a double crochet. Now we have 4, and we just keep repeating that into each stitch. So yeah, keep making 1 double crochet into each stitch across, and then I will meet you guys back in when you reach the end of row 2. I'm at the end of row 2 here, but I haven't made the last stitch yet. I just want to show you guys, sometimes it's difficult to see the last stitch. So the last stitch gonna be the 3rd chain. Remember we skip 3 chain when we start row 1. So the last stitch gonna be into the chain stitch here. This one, okay? So yarn over, insert the hook into the last stitch here. Oops, sorry. Pull up a loop and make a last double crochet. That's what it looks like. And then at the end of row 2, I have the same 251 stitches. Make sure to count your stitches so you not increase or decrease by accident. Now row 3 to row 5, we're gonna repeat row 2. Okay, which is chain 3 and then count as 1 double crochet and then turn. And then just repeat row 2, make 1 double crochet into each stitch. So yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch here, okay? Alright, and now we have 2 double crochet because the first 3 chain count as 1 double crochet. So repeat that, yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch and make double crochet. Yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch and make double crochet. Make the same as row 2. Alright, like I said, row 3 to row 5, you're gonna repeat row 2. And every row, you're gonna have the same amount of the stitches. And don't forget the last stitch, you're gonna make into the third chain here. Sorry, the third chain. Don't forget the last stitch. Alright, that's why I want you guys to count your stitches as well. Okay, so I'm gonna keep repeating row 2 till I have till I reach the end of row 5. Now I have 5 rows here. This is the end of row 5, and then for row 6 we're gonna change color and then we're gonna make the bead stitch. Okay, you can use whatever method you prefer for changing color. So, but for me, after I make the last stitch of row 5, I'm just gonna chain 1 to lock the yarn and then cut the yarn and then pull the yarn out like so, and then I'm just gonna turn and start row 6, and then I bring the other color, my color B, and then I insert my hook into the very first stitch here. Okay, not the chain 1 that I did. Okay, the chain 1, I just chain 1 just to lock the yarn. So I just gonna insert my hook into the very first stitch right here, bring the new yarn out, and then I just gonna tie those tail together. I'll weave the end later. I try a couple times. Oh, sorry. Alright, and then I insert the hook into the same stitch, pull up a loop and then chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And for 3 chain, count as 1 double crochet, and then we can start make the bead stitch. So I'm gonna make 1 double crochet into the next stitch right here. So yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Alright, and then we're gonna start make the bead stitch. So yarn over, insert the hook around the post of the double crochet stitch here, this way. So I show you this way first. After you yarn over, you're gonna insert your hook into this part, go around the post of the double crochet stitch that we just did, like so. Okay, so yarn over, insert the hook around the post, yarn over, pull up a loop. You will have 3 loops on your hook. You're gonna do that 2 more times. So yarn over, insert the hook around this post, the double crochet post, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you have 5 loops on your hook. Do that 1 more time. Yarn over, insert the hook around the double crochet stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you have 7 loops on your hook. You're gonna yarn over, pull through 6 loops and leave the last loop into the hook, okay? So I'm gonna yarn over and turn my hook down a little bit and pull up 6 loops, and then like so. So I take off 6 loops here, and now I have 2 loops on my hook. Yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. Alright, now we have the first bead stitch made, and then we're gonna skip next stitch and then a double crochet into next stitch. Yarn over, skip this stitch, insert the hook into the next, pull up a loop and make double crochet, and then we're gonna do this part again. So yarn over, insert the hook around the post of double crochet stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert the hook around the post of double crochet stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 5 loops on your hook, and yarn over, insert the hook around the post of double crochet stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you have 7 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 6 loops till you have the last one on your hook, okay? Pull through 6 loops like so, and now you're gonna yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. That's what it looks like. So this is the second bead stitch. So the double crochet and then the one that we go around the post 3 times is counted as one bead stitch, okay? So we're gonna repeat that, skip next stitch and make bead stitch into the next. So first we're gonna make a double crochet, skip next stitch, yarn over, insert the hook into the next, pull up a loop, okay, and then do this again, this part. So yarn over, insert the hook and go around the post of double crochet stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. We have 3 loops and we're gonna do that 2 more times. Yarn over, insert the hook, go around the post of double crochet stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 5 loops on your hook, and this is the second time, and then the last time, one more time. So yarn over, insert the hook, go around the post of double crochet stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now it's the third time and you will have 7 loops on your hook. You're gonna yarn over, pull through 6 loops. This part is a little difficult, so sometimes I stuck to and have to redo that again. Gonna yarn over, pull through 6 loops. See, sometimes stuck. Now I have 2 loops on my hook, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. That's what it looks like. And then we will repeat that. I hope you guys can see good. See, now we have 3 bead stitches. You can take your time, go slowly. So repeat that, skip the next stitch and make bead stitch into the next. So yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch here, skip one, and then make double crochet, and then yarn over, insert the hook around the post of double crochet stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. So this first time, yarn over, insert the hook, pull up a loop. The second time, yarn over, insert the hook, pull up a loop. This is the third time, and you will have 7 loops on your hook. You're gonna yarn over, pull through the first 6 loops till you have 1 loop left. So after I yarn over, I kind of turn my hook facing down so you can grab the stitch through. See, sometimes it's stuck. Oops. Alright. And then yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. That's what it looks like. The first couple stitches is kind of difficult, and then you will start to get used to it. So take your time and go slowly. I'm gonna repeat that. I show you guys one more time. So I skip next stitch and it make bead stitch into the next. Yarn over, insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over, insert the hook around the double crochet pose, yarn over, pull up a loop first time, and then yarn over, insert the hook around the pose, yarn over, pull up a loop. This is second time, and then yarn over, insert the hook around the pose, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now it's third time, and you will have 7 loops on your hook. Gonna yarn over and turn my hook down, pull through 6 loops. That's what it looks like, and then I'm gonna yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. Okay, you're just gonna keep repeating this. Like I said, take your time, go slowly. When you pull through the 6 loops out, it's kind of difficult. That part is difficult. Take a little practice, but you will get used to it. But even though I get used to it, sometimes I have to start over because it's stuck. But anyway, keep going. I'm sure you can do it. And yeah, so next we're just gonna repeat the same pattern. You're gonna skip next stitch and make bead stitch into the next, and then skip next stitch and make bead stitch into the next. Repeating that till you reach the end of row 6, and I will meet you guys back in when you have the last bead stitch. I'm gonna make the last bead stitch with you. Okay, all right, good luck, and I will meet you guys back in when you reach the end of row 6. Now I'm at the end of row 6, but I haven't made the last bead stitch yet. I just want to make with you guys. Okay, we're gonna do the same. Skip next stitch and then make bead stitch into the next stitch here. So yarn over, insert the hook, skip this one and insert the hook into this one. Up a loop, do exactly the same. So yarn over, insert the hook around the pose of double crochet stitch, pull up a loop, and repeat that 2 more times. Okay, you have 7 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 6 loops, and then yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. That's what it looks like. And then we're gonna make 1 double crochet into the last stitch, which is the 3rd chain stitch. Don't forget that one. If you look like this, it's difficult to see the last stitch, right? Because it's the 3rd chain. So don't forget that. We're gonna yarn over, insert the hook into the 3rd chain here, pull up a loop, and make the last double crochet. That's what it looks like. Alright, I just want to show you guys. Okay. Remember when we start row 6, we make 3 chains and then count as 1 double crochet, and then we make the bead stitch into the next stitch. We don't skip anything, right? And then when we end the same. We make the bead stitch right here and then make double crochet into the last stitch. I hope it makes sense. Alright, so the end of row 6, I have total of 125 bead stitches. Alright, so now row 7. So we're gonna change color. So after I make the last double crochet, I just gonna chain 1 just to lock the yarn. And then I cut the yarn, pull the yarn out, and then turn, and we will start row 7 with the color A. So I insert the hook into the first stitch here, not the one chain we just did, okay, not that stitch, just into the first stitch here, and then bring the color A and pull the yarn out, and I'm gonna tie those tails together a couple times, and I will weave the end later. And then insert the hook into the same stitch, pull up a loop and make 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3. And for 3 chains, count as 1 double crochet, and then we're gonna make 1 double crochet into each stitch. So you can turn here and you can see the V here. I hope you can see. You're gonna make 1 double crochet into each stitch there, each V. So I yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch here, and make double crochet. So now we have 2 double crochet, and then yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch. Now we have 3, yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch. Now we have 4. Okay, that's what it looks like. You're gonna keep making 1 double crochet into each stitch, and then you're gonna keep making that till you have 2 stitches left, okay, and I will meet you guys back in. Now I have 2 stitches left at the end of row 7. See? So I have next stitch left here and then next stitch left. So 2 stitches left. In the last stitch is gonna be the 3rd chain, okay? So I'm gonna skip the next stitch and then make 1 double crochet into the last stitch, which is the 3rd chain stitch, okay? So I skip next stitch here and make last double crochet into the last stitch, into the 3rd chain stitch. So yarn over, insert the hook into the 3rd chain and make a double crochet. So this is very important because if you not skip 1 stitch, you're gonna automatically increase. This is how the bead stitch work. Okay, so I'm at the end of row 7 and I have 251 double crochet stitches, the same amount of the stitches that we did this part. Okay, all right, so yeah, whatever the amount of your stitches from the row 1 to row 5, you're gonna have the same amount of the stitches of row 7 in row 7. Sorry, I hope it makes sense. Yeah, and now we're gonna repeat row 2 to row 7 2 more times. Okay, so row 2 to row 7 is the repeat. Okay, so this is the end of row 7, right? And now row 8, I'm gonna repeat row 2. I'm gonna chain 3, count as 1 double crochet, and turn, and then make 1 double crochet into next stitch here. And yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch and make a double crochet. Repeat the same pattern. Okay, like I said, now row 8, I repeat row 2. And then row 9, repeat row 3, row 10, repeat row 4, row 11, repeat row 5, row 12, repeat row 6, row 13, repeat row 7. Okay, I hope this makes sense. So you're gonna repeat row 2 to 7 2 more times. So you will have total of 19 rows totals. All right, you're gonna do everything exactly the same, change color and do everything exactly the same. And then you also I also want to point out here the row that you make double crochet after the bead stitch row. Don't forget to skip one stitch before you make the last double crochet like we just did. Otherwise you're gonna increase one stitch and you don't want that. Okay, and make sure to count your stitches. And yeah, so now see, this is row 2 to row 7, right? This is one repeat. So you're gonna do that, repeat that 2 more times. You're gonna make row 2 to row 7, and then you're gonna do row 2 to row 7 again. All right, and keep repeating that. And when you have 2 more repeat of row 2 to row 7, you will have total of 19 rows. And if you want wider, you keep repeating row 2 to row 7. I will meet you guys back in when I reach the end of row 19. Okay, after I repeat row 2 to row 7 2 more times, that's what it looks like, and I should have 19 rows. So this is the end of row 19. And then after that, we're gonna make 4 more rows of double crochet. So we wanna have the same as this part. When we start, we have 5 double crochet here, 5 rows of double crochet. So we will make 4 more rows of double crochet, includes this one. You will have 5 double crochet at the end as well. Okay, so do the same, just repeat this part. So now gonna be row 20, right? I'm gonna chain 3, count as 1 double crochet, and then turn, and then make 1 double crochet into each stitch. So yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch here, and make a double crochet, and then double crochet into the next stitch. It's the same pattern, and double crochet into the next stitch. See? Alright, so yeah, keep making 1 double crochet into each stitch across. And yeah, like I said, we're gonna make 4 more rows of double crochet, and you should have total of 23 rows. Okay, from row 1 to the end, you should have 23 rows. And then I will meet you guys back in when I reach the end of row 23. Okay, so now I'm at the end of row 23. So this is the last double crochet. I already cut my yarn. After I cut my yarn, I'm just gonna pull the yarn out, and then I'm just gonna weave in the end. I bring my yarn needle, and then I'm just gonna start weaving the end on the side here. I'm sure you guys know how to do that. Nothing fancy, just try to hide the tail. Like so. And then I will turn back. Okay, this is how I do mine. And then I'm just gonna trim this tail. And then you need to weave all the ends that you have, and also this side as well. Okay, keep weaving all the ends, and you can leave it like that, or you can add the tassels in there. It's totally up to you. But for me, I'm gonna add the tassel in my project. And if you wanna add a tassel, you meet me back in, okay? And I'm just gonna go ahead and weave all the ends, and I will meet you guys back in and show you guys how to add the tassels. Okay, for the tassels, I already put attach in one side here. That's what it look like. And I change the color as well. So I put the tassel at the color B to be the color B, color A to be the color A. And whatever you prefer, you can use just one color. And yeah, and I will show you guys how to do that. Okay, first you're gonna cut a lot of strand of yarn, and you're gonna cut whatever the length that you want and time 2. So if you want 6 inches long, you're gonna cut 12 inches long, because we're gonna fold it in half and then attach to the scarf. And I also cut a little extra because at the end we're gonna trim the end. So if I want 6 inches tassel, I cut about 13-14 inches. So I have extra at the end. So when I trim it, it will straight. Alright, and I start with my color A first. So my tassel from here is about, I would say 6-7 inches, something like that. It depends on whatever you like. So in one tassel, I bring 4 strands of yarn, and then I fold it in half, like so. And then I will attach to the end of each row. Okay, so this is the end of the first row here. I insert my hook in there and then grab all the strands of yarn in the middle where I fold it in half, and then pull up a loop, and then I'm gonna grab the end of all the strand into this loop, like so. It's very easy. If you want your tassel to be thicker, you add more strand of yarn. If you want thinner, you make less. Okay, for me I have 4, so I fold in half, so I have 8. Okay, I'll show you again. I bring 4 strands of yarn, and then I fold it in half, and then go into next space. I just call that next space, which is the end of next row, right here. And then insert into all the strand of yarn in the middle where I fold it in half, and then pull up a loop, like so. And then I'm gonna grab all the tail, all the strand of yarn through this loop and create another tassel. So now I have 2 tassels. See, very easy, right? You're gonna do that into each space, which is the end of each row. Okay, you're gonna keep doing this into next space, and then next space, next space. And then when I reach the color B, I'm gonna use my color B, and I will show you the color B, but you're gonna continue make the color A first, or whatever. If you want one color, totally fine, totally up to you. But I just want to show you guys my color B here. So again, 4 strands of yarn and fold it in half. I insert into the color B space here and grab all the strand of yarn in the middle where I fold it in half and pull up a loop, and then I'm gonna grab all the tail up, like so. See, that's what it looks like. Pretty easy, right? And I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do. After that, you're gonna do into each space. So next you're gonna do into this space, do into this space, do into this space, this space, this space, this space, all along till you reach the end. And as you can see here, oops, okay, when I reach the color bee, I use my color bee for the tassel. See, this is color bee. I use color bee for my tassel. And also here, the same. That's what it looks like. And yeah, you're gonna keep adding all your tassels, and I will meet you guys back in when you have all full, all done. And then we're gonna trim the end, and I will show you guys how to do that. Now I have all my tassel add to my scarf, and then next we're gonna trim the end to make it straight. This is my favorite. Okay, so you're gonna measure where you wanna cut it and make sure you're gonna cut all straight. Okay, so for me, I think around, I hope you guys can see. Okay, so around here is good for me. Okay, I'm just gonna cut. Okay, make sure it's straight, and you also can come back and trim some snake out, and that's it. Look at that, really beautiful. And now you're done. It's very easy and also beautiful pattern. I love this pattern, and I definitely gonna use this pattern again. I think this pattern is also good for poncho, sweater. It's good for everything. It's very beautiful pattern. And I think I'm gonna make a sweater next with the same pattern, and keep an eye on it. And yeah, congratulations. I hope you enjoy making this project, and if you would like to share your project with me, please feel free to text me on Instagram or Facebook. I will put all the link in the description below. I always love to see people making my pattern, my tutorial. It's made me so happy. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next video. Bye bye.